Welcome back to our case management trainings. Again, we are the DNV legal team. For today's training, we will discuss notice to explain and opportunity to explain. Whenever we receive any potential employee disciplinary action cases, one of the questions we would receive is,
Attorney, I already submitted the WMR and CSE. Let's get on with it and impose the penalty of warning.
Unfortunately, no, this is not correct. Due process dictates that all employees subject to disciplinary action are given the opportunity to be heard. Employees will not know how to respond to any pending disciplinary action if they do not know the specific charges. Hence, penalties cannot be just imposed based on the WMR and CSE alone.
But attorney, how do we ensure that the employee is well informed of the charges against them? Is it enough that we just set a call with them or send them an informal email?
With this, it is very important to know what an NTE is. During our last training, we were able to go through the process of preparing the necessary documents for the filing of your employee disciplinary action cases. These include the Workplace Misconduct Report form and the Chronological Sequence of Events form. Where do we go from here?
To afford the employee an opportunity to explain their side, the Notice to Explain is an important document. This is the overview process for NTE part. Also known as the Notice to Explain, this is the first notice issued to an employee in the event of a possible employee disciplinary action case. The document aims to provide the employee with a reasonable opportunity to submit their written explanation within the given time. In law, it means every kind of assistance that management must accord to the employees to enable them to prepare adequately for their defense. Under our policy, we give at least 5 working days from receipt of the notice to give the employees an opportunity to study the accusation against them and to submit their written explanation. Every NTE must contain the specific grounds or charges against the employee, a directive that the employee has 5 working days within which to respond and submit supporting documents relating to their defense, contain a detailed narration of the facts and circumstances that will serve as the basis for the charges against the employee, a specific mention of which company rules or policies may have been violated. The HRER team shall issue the NTE to the concerned employee stating the alleged violation and possible sanction per the Code of Conduct and Discipline. The team will be using as its primary basis the submitted WMR and CSE. Ideally, the NTE must be issued within 3 business days after the HRER unit has acknowledged the receipt of the WMR and CSE. Basically, the NTE will be prepared based on the WMR and CSE you prepared. So if you want the action to proceed and prosper, you must ensure that your case is properly pleaded. You must also be able to check and refer to the specific provisions in our company policy allegedly violated. Once the NTE has been fully prepared, it will go through a review process by the LNC department. Once good, the HRER team shall send the NTE to the employee's email and last known address. Note as well that issuance of the NTE is not the penalty in itself. Far from it, it provides the employee concerned a reasonable opportunity to address the charges and to explain why a penalty should not be imposed. In short, the disciplinary action process does not end here. If an employee receives an NTE from the HRER department, the employee must take a deep breath and learn how to organize their thoughts. With this, a proper response can be made as to the key points in the NTE. An employee has 3 to 5 working days upon receipt of the NTE, with statements to the effect justifying why no disciplinary action should be taken against them. Employees should also attach supporting documents to back up their claims. We understand you may have more questions for us. Here are some of our usual FAQs. Again, we are the DNV legal team. Stay tuned on our page at our internal website for next quarter's case management training, which will focus on the notice of decision. In the meantime, please take our post-training assessment and let's check if you learned something valuable today.